Good evening, Council, Gallery, Media. It's good to see you all this evening. I now call the Tuesday, April 9, 2024 regular meeting of Council to order. First up on the agenda is 2.1 is adoption of the agenda for this evening. With Council's support, we're looking for two amendments. We'll be removing 15.1, the in-camera business, and adding, if it's to Council's wish, item 6, correspondence for action for Robson Valley Community Services and support for their transit plan funding. Moved by Councillor Blanchette, seconded by Councillor MacLean. Any further additions or deletions? All in favor? It's carried. 3.1, adoption of the minutes of the March 26, 2024 regular meeting of Council. Moved by Councillor Mulyk, seconded by Councillor Pearson. Any errors or omissions arising? All in favor? It's carried. We do have a delegation this evening under item 4.1 from the Canadian National Railway Company regarding the 2024 crossing rehabilitation. With us is Tyler Bynock and Victoria Hugo. Welcome.
Thank you, Your Worship. Really appreciate you having us come speak to yourselves and Council. And maybe we'll just do a quick introduction ourselves. I don't think we've ever met this route before, this fashion. So Tyler Bynock with CN's Public and Government Affairs team, based out of Vancouver. I look after the province of BC for municipal, provincial, and some federal touch points. And my colleague Victoria, let's introduce herself.
Hi everyone, Victoria Hua here. I'm Public Works Officer based out of Lower Mainland here in BC. I work on crossings within BC on our territory as well as any third-party work within CN's right-of-way. Nice to see you guys today.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
No, we did have a presentation that we put together, but due to the size, it wasn't going through to Anne. I'm not sure if we had the ability to share the screen from our end, or if you just wanted to talk through and kind of give you the floor and let you kind of start with what you're looking for from us.
We'll set up authorization for you to share screen.
Okay, wonderful. And while you're doing that, just a shout out to everyone there for the village itself for being recognized from Operation Lifesaver back in 21. I know a lot of the efforts there to recognize rail safety within the community has not been unnoticed on our end as well. That's very important, and Councillor Pete for spearheading that and taking control and being the leader in your community. So we thank you for that.
No, we're very proud to receive the notice, and we really thank Councillor Pearson for his efforts with the Operation Lifesaver.
Yeah, excellent. And just let us know when we do have the ability, and we can. Well, it looks like actually we might be able to.
We do see a presentation up.
Presentation is up. Perfect. Thank you for confirming. I'm just gonna have to start the presentation. Sorry, I'm working on one screen today.
You may need to enable editing for you to access. Okay.
Yep, here we go.
Perfect. Full screen.
So you can see it there. Let me pull up. Let me pull it up on my end so that I that way, because I don't see it on my. Oh, maybe because I don't have the other. Oh, look at that! It's my second screen. Bear with me. All right. Okay, so I'll take over the first few slides, and then I'll hand it off to Victoria for her piece where she's the subject matter expert. So just an introduction of ourselves here. We'll go to the next slide. Just a little bit about CN, 3 coastal network spanning approximately 20,000 miles from the west coast to the east coast to the Gulf of Mexico. Approximately 25,000 employees across Canada and the US. And at any given time, we have approximately 115,000 active cars moving on those red lines. Now, the thick red lines there that you see is the main lines of CN's network. The thinner red lines are, we call them our branch lines, so they kind of shoot out off the main line, and then we have our short line partners in the gold line. About $250 billion worth of trade every year moving through out of your communities and through as well. Province of BC. Now this map we're getting updated. I've asked them to actually. I was hoping it was ready for today. I had unbeknownst that I was going to be joining Victoria. I had wanted to add Valemount to it, so the 2024 version, which should be out here within a month or so, we'll have your community listed on there. A big gap of red, and I figured, you know what, let's fill that. So you will be you'll be on our CN fact sheet and map for 2024. Approximately 2,600 employees in the province. 30 of those are hired and out of the Valemount region, whether they work or live within the community. We identify approximately 30 employees. 2,800 route miles within the province, and approximately $1.3 million in sponsorships and donations to communities. Now, I looked for this year, and I looked at last year, and we don't have any nonprofits or community agencies that have applied, from what I could tell, and I'm sure we had something in 2022, but I'm more than happy to work with you folks. We provided a bit of a link there. I don't know if you probably won't be able to touch on that, but we can forward it to you later. If you had any organizations that you think that would be deserving, I'm more than happy to help direct them to where they can apply for some sponsorship and donations, kind of giving back to the communities that we work, live, and play in. And just the last piece, just some benefits to shipping by rail. By rail, 3 to 4 times more fuel efficient than trucks. So we're always working with our trucking partners to do transloading and getting product closer to destination. A train can go 480 miles on 1 gallon of fuel, distance one train can move a ton of freight on 1 gallon of fuel is 480 miles. Yeah, so pretty impressive. And one train replacing approximately 300 big trucks. So sustainability is a key focus of ours, along with safety, and those are the 2 key areas as we move forward in evolving the rail operations within Canada and the US is a big focus of ours. I thank you for your time, and I think you're waiting to hear from Victoria, not myself.
Thanks, Tyler.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Now I'll talk about the crossing rehabilitation project we have in the village of Valemount for this year. It's on 5th Avenue. It's on CN's Alberta sub, mile 74.74. I'll start with how we identify which locations need to be rehabilitated each year. So throughout the year, local track supervisors will go through their territory to do track inspections. When they go through crossings, they will inspect crossings according to the Great Crossing Standard and Great Crossing regulations set out by Transport Canada. And if there's any concerns or non-compliance, that's when and how we identify that location to be rehabilitated the next year. How we identify the responsibility is we go through existing agreements or board orders we have on file, and each agreement will talk about the physical work and financial responsibility shared between the railway company and the road authority. And next I'll talk about the scope of work. So scope of work, this was outlined in the pre-construction notice in the email that we sent out back in January. This includes renewal of supporting components of the crossing, which consists of damaged rail, ties, fasteners, ballast, and surface. In this case is the planks. Now this picture is not the location at Fifth Avenue. It's just a picture that I found online that can kind of help us to demonstrate the components of the tracks. Let me know if anyone has any questions.
Not yet.
So we'll go through CN's notification process for crossing rehabilitations. So for this year, the notice email was sent out on January 18th of 2024. This email included the pre-construction letter, the existing agreement for this crossing, as well as the estimate of cost. And after that, before the actual physical work of the construction, we'll have some time internally to allocate material, schedule crew, as well as any third-party contracting that we need. So once everything is scheduled, we'll reach out to the village to coordinate paving of road approach to have this transition from the road to the crossing surface. The cost within the estimate includes the followings: material, labor, and others. Others is not listed as itemized items. It's just an umbrella cost of how much we think it will cost in terms of third-party contracting, like traffic control, material delivery, and etc. And this will also include overhead, which is Canadian Transport Agency standard overhead amount for road authority. Sorry, not amount, percentage for road authority. Duration, impact, and contacts for this project. The duration of the crossing rehab itself will take about 12 to 18 hours. So it will be one chunk of within one day. We'll just do it as one road closure because a full road closure is required for regular traffic. Detours will be arranged, and for locations that is a dead end, we'll come up with temporary crossings for local traffic to get through. But I believe our location on Fifth Avenue has enough detours to get around. And our contacts on CN side, Tyler, he will be the CN point of contact for council. Me, myself, usually is the point of contact for road authority, public works, or engineers. Our on-site contact will be provided prior to work commence. And if the general public have any questions or concerns, they can reach out to CN's public inquiry line. The public inquiry line's email is contact@cn.ca, and they have an 888 number here as well. And if in case of an emergency happens on railway property or at crossings, please call 911 or CN police number 800 over here. That's a 24/7 number as well. That's all the facts I had to cover today. I welcome any questions you guys have.
Well, thank you very much, Victoria and Tyler. Motion to receive the delegation, please. Moved by Councillor Pearson, seconded by Councillor Mulyk. Questions for the presenters, comments? Councillor Pearson.
A couple questions. One would be the timing of the notification. Early January, throwing a $150,000 bill at a village that has a fixed budget is makes a little difficulty and for our director of finance to stick handle around. So that's more a comment. Question: would we be looking to replace wood planks with wood planks, or chance of upgrading to an actual rubber crossing?
That's a really great question. Thank you. So typically what we will do is replace the crossing surface with existing material. But if the road authority wish to upgrade the crossing surface to a more premium surface, we recommend concrete, because if it's an asphalt surface, every time for inspection, we'll have to dig it up and repave the whole thing. So overall, concrete is more cost efficient in the long run because the material can be taken apart and placed back on. So if the village would like to go with the concrete panel option, we can work out I believe it's called a premium surface agreement, and we can talk about working out an estimate and implement the concrete panel for this year's rehabilitation. Yes, it's a possibility.
Okay, and related to that, when you refer to the road authority, you're talking about us. That's our road. So, when the job is being completed, will we be looking at a full paving, or are we going to continue to just concrete or asphalt patch it, which lasts about 6 months, and then we're back to a very rough crossing?
We're hoping to coordinate with road authority to have a paving company on site after we can put in the wooden planks. So the whole road approach will be smooth and continuous as one pavement for the road users.
Okay, thank you.
And maybe if I will just jump in there, Councillor Pearson, it's duly noted about the timing of notification. You're not the first to let us know, and I think we've made notes over the last number of years. We've gotten better trying to get those notices out in a September, October timeframe to allow for yourselves to budget accordingly and put it through the proper channels. So duly noted, and we'll get that messaging back as well to our engineering folks.
Great, thank you for that.
Any further questions? Tyler and or Victoria, would CN be looking for an accounts receivable in full, or is there a payment plan available?
Thank you for the question. We will be available to work out a payment plan over the next few years. I'm not entirely sure how it will be worked out, but I can inquire for that and
Thank you. And if
get
you could
back
follow
to
up
you.
with Ann, that would be outstanding.
Will do.
Thank you. Further comments, questions? Well, Victoria and Tyler, thank you so much. We really appreciate you taking the time to present this evening, especially in the evening outside of business hours. And Tyler will be in touch. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Your Worship. Yeah, thanks, Victoria.
Thank you, everyone.
Thanks, folks. Have a great night. Be
Have a
safe.
good night.
Did I call an all in favor for the receipt?
Not yet.
Oh, all in favor of receipt. It's carried. Unless anybody had any comments outside of the delegation. New item, under item 6, correspondence for action. Robson Valley Community Services is seeking a letter of support to Infrastructure Canada's Rural Transit Solutions Fund to plan and design solutions that meets the needs of the residents of the Robson Valley. Moved by Councillor Blanchette, seconded by Councillor Mulyk. Any discussion? All in favor? It's carried. Reading file. Anything folks would like to bring to surface? I understand, Councillor Pearson, you might be looking for some resolution to send you to the TCYHA AGM.
Yeah, that's correct. The AGM for Trans-Canada Yellowhead Highway Association is scheduled for May 31st. So I'd be looking for support to travel to Edmonton on the Thursday and probably return on Saturday. It'll be a full-day meeting.
Moved by Councillor Pearson, second by Councillor Mulyk. Discussion? All in favor? It's carried. Did you have a follow-up, Councillor?
No. that was
Anything
all
else
for
in the reading file?
No. Thank you.
Onward across the table, anything? I'll raise a few things. So the call for resolutions notice reminder for the TCYHA, RDFFG has submitted a resolution on our behalf for the West Gate. The letter of celebration of tourism, we're asked to attend May 18th from 6 to 9, so I'd be happy to attend that. I have that evening open. And then the CITO event, so basically the cleanup of George Hicks Park on April 20th. They're looking for grabby things for garbage, the garbage truck, and REV. So I'd be looking for council support on that. Moved by Councillor Pearson, second by Councillor Mulyk. That will provide some resources for that day. Okay. Discussion? All in favor? It's carried. And I believe our CAO would really love to drive that electric vehicle. And then just a reminder, under number 4, the community consultation for the Center of Excellence for Children and Youth, hosted by the Clayton Tenay here in Valemount on April 25th. I would very much like to attend that. They'll be getting back to us with a location and time. But it's, I know it to be worthwhile. Anything further? Okay, administrative reports. 8.1, proposed development permit. We're looking for final approval for development permit 2401 for the property located at 1020 Main Street, legally described as Lot A, District Lot 9778, Caribou District Plan 11451, with a variance to Section 381 of the zoning bylaw to permit the following: a parking area that is to be comprised of compacted soil and crushed rock in lieu of pavement, and drained such that water is managed on the lot. Moved by Councillor Blanchette, second by Councillor Pearson. Discussion? All in favor? It's carried. Bylaws and policies, 9.1. Council Procedure Bylaw number 834, 2020, Amendment Bylaw number 891, 2024, proposing a change to the definition of public notice posting places and to Section 17, Order of Proceedings and Business be given third reading. Moved by Councillor MacLean, second by Councillor Pearson. Discussion on third. All in favor? It's carried. 9.2, Building Bylaw 892, 2024. We're looking for third reading. Moved by Councillor Blanchette, second by Councillor Mulyk. Discussion on third. All in favor? It's carried. 9.3, Village of Valemount Bylaw Notice Enforcement and Dispute Adjudication Bylaw number 698, 2013. Bit of an upgrade. Amendment Bylaw number 893, 2024. Looking for third reading as amended. Moved by Councillor MacLean, second by Councillor Mulyk. Discussion on third. Giving some discretion to the building inspector. All in favor? It's carried. And finally, under bylaws, I'm looking for 9.4, Village of Valemount Fees and Charges Bylaw number 869, 2023, Amendment Bylaw number 894, 2024. Looking for third reading. Moved by Councillor Mulyk, second by Councillor Blanchette. Discussion on third. All in favor? It's carried. No new business identified. Any notices of motion to be brought forward? On to council reports. Councillor Blanchette.
Just one thing to report was today, we had our Valemount Community Collaborative meeting, and we had a big, huge group. It was nice to see. And we had a presentation from the BC Association for Community Health Centres, and we had an overview of what they are and what they do and that kind of thing. And that is everything.
Coolio. Councillor MacLean.
I only had one thing, and that was on Wednesday, April the 3rd, where I attended the Columbia Basin Trust Ecosystem Restoration Seminar. It was pretty interesting to hear people's ideas for projects in the basin and learn of funding opportunities for municipalities, Indigenous groups, and nonprofits.
Excellent. Back over the table.
Alrighty. April 5th, I attended the opening session of the BC Snowmobile Federation AGM that was held in town here at the Best Western. And I provided the welcome on behalf of Village of Valemount, wearing the hat of the Deputy Mayor. On April 8th, I attended in chambers here a Zoom Indigenous Awareness, Cultural Humility, and Cultural Sensitivity training, along with RCAO Yanciw, Councillor Pearson, and several Village of Valemount staff. 3-hour session, very informative, and apparently it's the first of some to come, so that's a good thing. That's it for me.
Thank you. Councillor Pearson.
All right. March 27th, did a quick interview with the GOAT newspaper for the Community Collaborative regarding the Community Health and Wellness Survey and getting the word out. Sounds like we've had, after our meeting today, we had some good response on it. So April 3rd, I sat in on a webinar on the BC Climate Hazard Landscape. Reports from many related provincial ministries and agencies. Unfortunately, it's a pretty gloomy forecast for our summer regarding both heat, drought, and fire and smoke. Wasn't a lot of positive news coming out of that 3-hour webinar. So April 8th, I also attended the Indigenous Awareness Training session. Yeah, very informative session, great presenter. The 3 hours actually went by pretty quick. I was just happy to be sitting in a comfortable chair. And then earlier today, the Community Collaborative table meeting, along with Councillor Blanchette. And yeah, we had a full Zoom screen of attendees, which was nice. Some good discussion, and we'll see where we go moving forward with what we can do with Community Health Collaborative.
Nice. Thank you. It was pretty quiet for me up until last week. But March 27th, I had a seasonal hazard update with Ministers Kang, Ma, and Ralston. Unfortunately, Minister Cullen was not there, but Walrus representatives were able to provide from that ministry. April 4th through to the 7th, I was down in the Kootenays for Columbia Basin Broadband Corp, housing initiatives, and conducted a new director orientation. Columbia Basin Trust Executive Committee and Board. Our public session was pretty cool. Included a presentation from Sparwood Mayor David Wilkes and RDEC Area A Director Jeremy McDonald. And then right after that, we had a guided walking tour of Elkford with Mayor Steve Fairbairn. And then the 6th, we concluded a robust Columbia Basin Trust Board meeting. Questions, comments? I did see an empty Kukanusa reservoir and a very dry. So we took a drive down from Elko down to Kukanusa and then back up through Jaffrey, and then on the east side of the Kootenay River, and you could quite literally walk across without getting your socks wet. And same with Athabasca through the ice fields. You're very, very dry out. Sorry, Councillor.
Yeah, no, I just wanted to, almost forgot, acknowledge our, I guess, most senior citizen in the community.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Would you like me to do that? I really want to wish a happy belated birthday to Alice Olson at the tender young age of 101 yesterday. And then my gratitude to Councillor Mulyk for attending the BC Snowmobiling Federation on our behalf. So happy birthday, Alice, if you're listening. We love you. We can't wait to celebrate 102. That concludes council reports. No need to, we'll look for public comments this evening under 14.1. Are there any public comments this evening on items as part of the approved agenda? Okay. Then on to 15.1. No need to go to in camera this evening, so let's adjourn. Councillor Pearson, thank you.